What does it mean to be relentlessly consistent? Hey guys, it's Chris Pre with another Motivational Monday, and this is an interesting one. I had a cool chat recently with David Nurse. David is a life optimization coach. He has coached over 150 NBA All-Stars. He's the author of Pivot and Go, and we had a deep chat. And I asked him different success qualities. I asked him different things about our community, different things about how real estate investors can be successful. And I want you to peer in and listen to what he says about relentless consistency. But most importantly, I wanted to cue this up before two important events coming up. One is Black Saturday. Black Saturday is going to offer you the opportunity to, before year end, position yourself with us like you never could before. Pay attention to that. Pay close attention to that. Watch for it. Secondly, we have a kickoff event in January. It's the first ever. It's virtual. It's meant specifically to set you up to be successful. Specifically to set you up to be relentlessly consistent. Set up specifically to cue you up for 2021. Go to wickedsmartkickstart.com and enjoy this clip. We'll see you at the event. It's virtual. You got to be there. Who was, without using names, the hardest to coach in all of your times coaching, and why? So I'm really looking for the why, not who.
Yeah. Okay. Probably good one not using the names, but yes. So this player, he was a rookie. He was very difficult to coach because he would show up every day as in a different mood. He'd be a different guy. It was crazy. Like one day he'd be the best. Just like, okay, he's going to be an all-star, very talented. He was ready to get after it. The next day he wanted to be a totally different player. The next day he was really moody. There was no consistency in him. And that's the biggest, the most best compliment that I can get or give to a player is what I call relentless consistency. And if the way you show up every single day. So he was really difficult because I couldn't read him. Based on his circumstances outside of basketball. He would let it really rise and fall. He's like a chameleon with his circumstances. That's who he's going to be. So yeah, that's another term with accountability is relentless consistency, showing up the same every single day with positivity, encouragement, ready to work, ready to learn.
So let's talk about that person. So how'd you get them? How'd you go around that? Or how'd you work with that? Or were you not able to at some point? Were you just kind of?
You know what? We got better at it, and he's still young in the NBA, and he's getting there. He's at that point where he really needs to figure it out and have it all click with him. But there's different tools that'll give him. I mean, one of them is I have a 7 steps to unshakable confidence, and confidence being not in the results, but confidence being in the self-awareness and having all the preparation that we put in. And one of them is confidence through comparison. And a lot of people will think, why would you want to compare yourself? Oh, the Instagram, that kind of comparison. That's bad. That's not going to do you any good. But comparing him to somebody that he could be like. So we found a player that he could be exactly like, same skill set, everything. And so we watched tons of tape on him, figured out what his work habits were, basically studying him to a T. And I would remind him daily on a daily basis, hey, this is what this guy's doing. You can be him. This is you 2.0. So he would really find that okay, this guy's an all-star max deal contract. I can get there too. I just have to basically have this comparison and follow his lead, because there's always going to be somebody in our field or in our dreams and desires of what we want to do that's already been there. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel, really. I mean, obviously be genuine, be yourself, be you, but you can follow these greatness leaves clues. And that's what I did as far as coaching in the NBA and I wanted to become the best shooting coach possible. So when I had made this realization that I wasn't able to play anymore, that's kind of my big life pivot. I thought I was going to play in the NBA, but all that I put into playing in the NBA, all this detailed film study, everything was actually to coach in the NBA. So I made that realization, and I wanted to become the best shooting coach possible. So I looked up who's the best shooting coach there is. And it was this guy, Chip England, with the San Antonio Spurs. And I studied him. I emailed him. I called him. I wrote him letters. I even drove out to Las Vegas to have the opportunity to meet him at NBA Summer League. And he saw all that I was putting in, and he helped me along the process. But that was because I could envision myself. I could compare myself to someone who I knew I could be like.
Yeah, I read that in your book. I think that was one of the stories. I read multiple books at the same time, but you told me you had a camp out there, right? And you were coming out anyway or something like that. That's cool.
Yep.
So not only could you do that, but many people can do that for free, right? They can go look at films. They can go track people down online. They can do that.
Oh, you can do it. There's so much out there that's free that you can do. You just have to actually go do it. People will make so many excuses of why they can't do it and why it's just for somebody else. But even like Rachel Hollis is a big author, speaker. So her whole thing is that she literally gave herself an education on Google. Like literally, that's how she became what she was. Like, there's so much out there, and there's so many people that want to pour into others. But to that note too, like if you're looking for this type of mentor or person to follow, like don't ever message them and say, hey, can I pick your brain or can I get your time? These people don't have that kind of time. Yeah. Like I won't even respond to people that send me that. But if someone says, hey, I'll do whatever it takes, like I'm willing to work for free for you, then that says that, okay, they're really interested. They're invested in this. So if you're going to find, I think it's really important to find, I know mentor is kind of a word that just gets thrown around there, but a coach, someone who you can look up to, make sure you're pouring into them, literally give without expecting anything in return. And that's when everything eventually will come to return to you.
I love it. There's so many takeaways here. I hope the Wicked Smart listeners, we call it the community, the Wicked Smart community. I hope they're writing these down. I hope they do this replay. This is awesome.